points gon' hit zero with the squad. Hero mob, think it's time. Get your game on, ain't that hard. With your cars, think your life points gon' hit zero. Rogue hero said to make one, so I hit the stew and it's take one. Lady heat with the effect. Stratos back row get wrecked. No one's return effect. Stratos search through the deck. My Neo staying honest. OTK weak opponents. Oversoul I came back was 2 turn. I'm a wild heart. Nickname me damn it dude. My chain link make crystal heart. My destiny in my own hands. Try to take me down but a hero lives. Shout out to the homie Chris. He hooked me up and he keep it real. With the squad hero mob. Think it's time. Get your game on. Ain't that hard.
What's going on, everyone? Hero Tyler bringing you my first place undefeated hero deck profile. Let's go ahead and get into it. For starters, the 3 Stratos pretty mandatory. I've seen some people run 2 and it still does pretty well. To each his own, like I always say. 2 Shadow Mist, pretty standard. I don't think that'll ever change, honestly. 1 Liquid Soldier, 1 Honest Neos. I have seen some people running 2 Liquid Soldier, especially in the OCG. Who knows, whenever we get the new Flame Wingman, maybe I'll try it out. 2 Vision Hero Ferris, 2 Vision Hero Increase, and 2 Vion. Pretty standard vision package. I know some people run the 3 Ferris just so that they can see it for sure with the 1 increase, and now I'm seeing the 3 Vion, which for some people seems to be doing pretty good. But I'm gonna stick to the standard 2 of each. It hasn't done me wrong. 2 Mali, the 1 Denier, 1 Dark Angel, and the 1 Plasma. And then for the monster hand traps, I'm playing 2 Ash and then 2 Droll, mainly just because these really do hurt the hero deck, and I'll explain when we get into the spell cards, which you'll probably see why I play these and some others. So for starters with the spells, of course your standard Rhoda, gotta have that. The 1 Miracle Fusion and 2 Polys. 2 just because sometimes you can start with it and it also helps in late game sometimes. 3 Mass Change, pretty standard. I have seen some people cut it down to 2, which is understandable. 3 Hero Lives. I don't think that'll ever change unless Banless has something to say about it. And same thing with Fusion Destiny, 3 until the Banless says something. And this was pretty much the kind of like spell card I was talking about, and we'll get into it and I'll explain. The Crossout Designator at 3, mainly because Droll is pretty active. People are trying to stop super heavy samurais and other decks at that, especially hero. So my main problem usually would be the Droll, which that did come up a good bit last week. Ash 2, believe it or not, and then just to go ahead and round it up with the 2 Imperms that actually did come up. And also with siding, I'll explain when we go into the side deck, because there's multiple reasons why I'm playing 2 ofs. But literally, the MVP was cross out. It helped out for the most part, along with just like the hero cards and their effects. Alright, moving into the extra deck. Standard Links, Dread Decimator, 1 Wonder Driver, which he definitely did his work, along with the 2 Cross Crusaders, which these 2 I'd have to say are the bread and butter. They definitely help you facilitate plays, re-facilitate cards, and just further extend, especially during the grind game. Like it makes you really consider your plays before you play them. Standard Dark Law, at least standard for me, 2 of them. I know a lot of people have cut it to 1, which I can kind of get, but for me, I know it's been a while since I've been able to facilitate 2 on an end board. But at least if you have 1, the opponent goes to get rid of it. You have the mass change set. You can target it, get the other one. So essentially, they have to deal with the other one when they thought they got rid of it. I don't know. I'll always run 2. The 1 Mass Hero Acid. I've noticed some people have cut it. However, it's still, to me, somewhat mandatory, at least until we get the new Flame Wingman, just because I play the Absolute Zero. And I even had the effect pop off where I had Acid on field. Absolute on field, did the mass change and got the board wipe and was able to go for game. So like I said, it's just a little cheesy win, but it helps. The 1 Mass Hero Blast, I've thought about changing this to the other Masked Hero Divine Wind, the other wind target, just because its effect is while it's on the field, your opponent can only attack with one monster per battle. So it's essentially like, you have it set with Sunrise, they go to attack it, Sunrise effect to pop the monster, their battle phase is over. So I don't know, it's just a little food for thought. I might try it later on, I don't know. And then the one Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, this has actually been a big game changer. It also kind of makes you wait and like hold the Miracle Fusion, at least for me it does. Like, unless I know I've got game that turn, I will not summon it, just because like you don't want to set yourself up for failure. Because essentially, like, let's say you do set up some stuff like some fusions and they send him to the graveyard, well, now you've got more targets to where he can attack more, because for every fusion material besides the essential fusion monster used, he gets more attacks. So the more the merrier, in my opinion. Then the one Absolute Zero, just like I said, standard. You've got your Liquid Soldier for easy target, and not to mention it's got a good effect when it leaves the field. Plus, like I said, with the mass change, who doesn't like the Absolute Zero with the acid combo? It goes hand in hand. Then the one Sunrise, can't really say too much that already hasn't been said about him. Miracle Fusion Searcher, if you've got him and some other hero on the field, here standardly I've been playing him in defense mode, and they go to attack, pop the monster attacking, or any problematic card you see, or even a set. That way for next turn, you got game, go for lethal. And then the one DPE, the go-to, I can't really say too much about this either. Definitely comes in clutch, especially alongside with the Wake Up Your E-Hero, when you're able to do the nice little pop each other, special summon, get him back next turn. And like I said, if you didn't get the Dark Claw, you can special summon the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist will set you the mass change next turn. You'll activate the mass change, get your Dark Claw in defense, and then you'll get him back. And that's sometimes enough, but that's just a fun little combo. And then we have Destiny Hero Dystopia, which actually it came up a good little bit. It's good to get a head start as far as, let's say you kind of brick. Essentially, you play the Fusion Destiny, you're going to get your two in the graveyard, Mally and Denier, and then use his effect to target the Denier, inflict 11 at your opponent. And then sometimes you'll have the Dread Decimator pointing to it, so its attack goes up. That's a quick, pop. But essentially, it's also a good just target to have for Dark Angel, because you can link it off and then have 3 Destiny Heroes in the graveyard and then go from there. Kind of the same thing to say with the Destiny Hero Dangerous. Let's say you really brick and your only option is to do this, to send the Shadow Mist with Mally and or Denier, and get like Ferris or Stratos depending on your hand, and just go from there. But it definitely can get you out of like little situations. And Trinity, yes, I know a lot of people kind of are weary about it, but it does help in situations. Like I said, that's kind of why I played the double poly, like late grind game. You can potentially get it, get back some resources, or if you already still have some and your opponent just has like a crazy beater on board, summon this and attempt to go for game. Just remember, you cannot inflict battle damage directly, because it has to be like attacking a monster, and so you cannot attack directly. Other than that, golden. Alright, going off into the side deck, it's a little weird just because I wasn't sure like if people were going to be playing super heavy samurai or like what to expect, so I just kind of went based off of what I've been seeing. So, to Nibiru, mainly, like I said, let's say we get nibbed when we're going game 1, I have cross out, so I can definitely take out, how I was telling you, I play 2 of each hand trap. I can take out one of the imperms, put one of these in, or if I really need to see it, as far as my opponent can also summon more monsters and like beat over me just by doing that, I'll go ahead and side the 2 in, because like I said, I play 2 Drool, 2 Ash, so I can side out 1 Ash, 1 Drool, 1 Imperm, put in these 2. That way, if I get hit by Nib, I have the target in deck, or if I have it in hand and they summon past 5, boom, or 5 or more, I get the Nib. But definitely 2, 3 if I see the need going forward. 1 Cypher and Gamma, just because I wasn't sure if people were going to play it. Like I said, I didn't know if anybody was going to have the Super Heavy Samurai deck built, but I have seen it been played before, so I figured just be prepared. That way, like, all I got to do is just side it in. Simple as that. Called by the Gray. This actually came in clutch, siding out for like, I think it was a game 2 or 3. I had taken out, like I said, one of each hand trap, one imperm, one draw, one ash. I put in this, a nib, and something else. And this actually saved me the game because I had, like, I want to say I had cross out in hand, but the target to use was also in my hand, so I had to use this. Plus, I want to say there was another game where I got Effect Veilered, and I do not run Effect Veilered, so this came in clutch. Just funny how that works. 3 Lightning Storm. Haven't really needed to use it. It does come in clutch though, like I said, when you do need it, like if it's a heavy back row or just they play all their monsters in attack. A lot of people are getting smarter and playing it in defense, but you never know. It's good to be prepared. 2 Evenly Matched. I have thought about bumping this up to 3. I only have it at 2 because I only own 2, but for some reason, anytime I side this in, I either see it opening hand or literally when I need it, and it comes in clutch. So 2 for now has been great to me, so for now I'll keep it at 2, but I am looking to get a 3rd copy, so potentially we'll bump it up to 3, but for now 2 is fine for me. 3 Rivalry of Warlords. I think I only had to side this in 1 game, and it definitely made a difference. Other than that though, usually you can do the Dark Angel lock and be good, but this with the Dark Angel lock is just really dirty. But it's still, I keep it in there just because you never know. And the final was the 3 Anti-Spell Fragrances. Funny enough, I never saw the need to like use these or whatever. So, which I just wanted to be prepared because you never know, especially with the Super Heavy Samurai. Having that said though, moving forward, I am going to take these out, and I will be putting the Book of Eclipse back in just because Cashier is still alive and other decks can still do stuff as far as face up. So if you have the opportunity to put it face down and like beat over them, I would definitely consider it. So that's why I said moving forward, I'm putting this in its place of Anti-Spell Fragrance just because I didn't see any use for it. But some people might see use for Anti-Spell Fragrance. Like I said, everybody's logos is different. But I hope y'all enjoy. And this is Hero Tyler signing out.